the way that I recommend starting this is that you have to have a way to hold it. So I found center, and then I went to my bucket O cutoffs. Captain Eddie talks about all the time. I actually have a 5-gallon bucket. It's almost full, and it's about time to start the next bucket. And this is just a little piece of cherry end grain cut off. I've got a tenon on it, and I want to center it here. So in order to do that, I need to see how big it is. We are just at 2 3/4 inches. So I am going to use this center finder. But you can also just use a compass and set it up with it as well. This is just a little bit simpler if you use the center finder, and I'm going to give myself a circle. And again, you can use a compass or break your prep pencil lead. That's the only thing I don't like about the center finder. It's why I usually don't use it, is it eats pencil lead. But I'm going to draw myself a circle, and then in order to attach my waist block, I am going to use a little trick that I learned from Lyle Jamieson. Lyle Jamieson talks about how much he sees people trust hot glue, and he makes the point in his ABCs of bowl turning class that hot glue flexes. So his choice is thick CA. So we're going to put a nice dose of thick CA on there. We're going to hit, this is flat. I made sure that I turned that flat. We're going to hit that with an accelerator, and we have about 3 seconds of time to move it around. So you really want to try and make sure you eyeball that really well and get that centered, because it's going to freeze up in a second. But this is going to set quickly, and hot glue is very, very, CA glue is very, very effective at holding a blank. And at the end, I'll show you how to get that off so that you can finish the bottom. I also like to hit accelerator around the edges. Capillary action will suck it in. And when you see it was still moving a little before I hit it around the edges, as soon as I hit it on the edges, that froze up, and that's not moving anywhere. We can give that a couple more seconds. I'm almost out of Starbond. I need to make another order. We'll leave that a couple more seconds here, and we'll get it up. Now this tenon and waist block is end grain, so you can crank it down and get it really good and tight, and you're not going to worry about things like shearing or anything like that. So while I'm messing around with this, I'm giving that CA glue just that much more time to set. It really sets pretty quickly, but if you can give it about 90 seconds to 2 minutes, you're going to have a guarantee of a better bond and less chance of it failing. Although I have yet, and having watched Lyle Jamieson, I guess it was a year ago, I took that little class, and I have yet to have this fail. It works really well. But as you see at the end, it's going to boggle your mind, because this will snap right off. It's got great lateral strength, but it has zero shear strength, or minimal shear strength. There's a little bit. And through the magic of television and the internet and editing,
and the British method of already having a piece halfway along.
Exactly. We have the other half of the board already glued up.
Great method.
So, yeah, let me pull this out of the oven.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we do with this? Now, usually I would go do this on my workbench, but what I want to show you is that you don't have to turn this away, and you can reuse. I've probably been using this block for 2 years. Using this method, you can reuse your sacrifice blocks a long time before you finally give up on them and tell them that it's time to retire. So I learned this again from Lyle Jamieson. He hates chucks, and he turns every bowl with a waist block on a faceplate. Flat side of your chisel against the bowl Otherwise, when you hit it, you can actually cause that to dig in, and you want it to dig into your waste block, not your bowl. Find a spot where there shouldn't be a gap, but there might be a little bit of a gap there. And you should be able to shear it off, except the cedar. It failed. That should shear off. Let's see if I can get it to do it on this side. I knew this bowl was going to come apart. I knew it. I knew that was going to happen. So usually a sharp blow parts that right off, but it's going to make a liar of me. Where did we split? We split in the walnut.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
that cedar held.
Yeah, it did. I'm really surprised. We split in the walnut, and I'm pretty sure that's maple. That's weird.
Cedar said, "You've been talking shit about me the whole demo. I'm
right. You've been talking about how much you hate cedar. Let's see if we can get this to shear. There it goes. So that sheared right off. If that hadn't cracked on me. The zebra wood. Look at that. The zebra wood's the real culprit.
Recovery room, fix it.
Recover, fix it. Actually, you know what I want to do is
put it on some sawdust.
Right. What I want to do is put it on a bandsaw and cut it in half, and I'll share pictures with you guys after I do that tomorrow. I have to unhook everything to plug the bandsaw in, or it kills my power. But I'll cut it in half, and I'll show you. You can see that where the different layers, where the glue is, and you can see kind of some of the challenges with the different angles. So I'll do that, and I'll put that in the Facebook page. But usually that just shears well, and it's better when you shear that if you're not on your lathe, you're not hanging off the edge of your lathe. It works a lot better on the workbench with a face vise, a front vise, and I just slide the bowl down in, and this is on the rim of the vise, and just pop it, and it should shear right off.